into the tram lines. Are we going racing? Answer to that is yes. Here we go. Green flag, and it's a great start once again from Flusha. Straight down, I think it was a cut well out of the tram lines right at the start of that one. But crucially here, Flusha holds on to the lead through turn 1, denies Marcus Shilkunas the attempt at going down in towards turn 1. He is up into P2 there. You can see that he did get the run out of turn 1. There's carts going off the track once again at turn 3, the pinch point. We've seen it time in and time out here at the Valencia circuit, and they tumble down the order. I think everyone is still on the track, which is good to see, but just dust getting kicked up. Flusha under pressure though here. Shilkunas piling on the pressure here now, as well as another just behind. Hugo Heron really pushing through. Heron getting a good start here, only dropping 1 place. Is there in 3rd place now as they go down the back straight here. Watch for the toe, watch for the send, watch for the move. Flusha's going to go defensive straight away. She's going to bunch them all up here. Defensive on the first lap, and now the train starts to form. Here comes the treble 2. Jean Caras there in 4th place, trying to get through. He's not going to. Oh, and there. Oh, I thought Shilkunas was going for the move there into turn 1. He tried it, but Flusha was just a fraction later on the brakes there. And now Hugo Heron tried to pile on the pressure there through turn 3, but it didn't work out. It was a block pass there, and Heron has now been closed up and squeezed into this back here. You can see Jean Caras getting tucked in and squeezed into this group here just behind. Wojciech Woda still there as well. Philippe Caras, Charles Lambert, George Nassar, Maximum Rafalik. They're all gaining places. Pip Casabene's the biggest loser in that opening lap, unfortunately. He's dropped 4 positions. He's down into P10. Jean Caras, Pip Casabene dropping positions as well. Sulaiman Safari, I think, as well, just dropping down the order also. So that's not gone well on that opening stage. But crucially, at the front, Luna Flusha has held on to the lead for another lap here. But can she hold it for one more? As down the inside here, now this time uncontested, Marcus Shilkunas into the lead of the race. Nicely done here on lap number 3. But Flusha, this time around, has not been caught sleeping. Yes, okay, allowed the move to happen, but she has set the fastest lap of the race. So she has got the pace here to really pile on the pressure. You can see there from Shilkunas, his body language shows that he's not comfortable right now. Yes, okay, he's leading, but the setup not fully there. You can see his head pushing forward there, so he's not getting the exit he wants out of some of these corners. But right now it looks a little bit more settled. Now it looks settled now for Shilkunas. Flusha will slot there in 2nd place, and she'll stay there for the time being. Head on, still not being able to close in now after that mishap on the earlier lap. Is starting to close in now, though. Keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on that gap. Yeah, it comes down to 0.3 of a second. So Shilkunas not breaking away from the rest of the field. Again, still a threat of light rain in the air. It is not raining at the moment. It's just spots here and there right now for the drivers. Certainly will put a little bit of pressure on them, thinking that, well, you know, Shilkunas here is the guinea pig of the field, as per se. You know, if it starts to rain a little bit heavier as the clouds are still looming over the circuit, he'll be the first to go into these corners. He'll be the first one to know how slippy it is. And, you know, Luna Flusha will have to have lightning quick reactions here to see whether or not she'll follow or just get the move and go up into the race lead. But crucially right now, we'll keep an eye on the gaps here. Shilkunas is starting to open it up just a fraction here. It's fluctuating a little bit. It's back down to 0.2 of a second. But it did open up to 0.3 earlier on. Again, we're talking milliseconds here, difference a lap between these two drivers as we go on to lap 5 of 11. Still head on fastest there in 3rd, but Shilkunas setting the fastest lap of the race now, 55.767. Starting to open that gap up again, okay? Ahead of Flusha. Head on, Caras. Then it's Woda, Jean Caras. Then it's Charles Lambert in 7th place. Pip Casabene, Austin Gale, Maximilian Rafalek, the top 10. Big movers in the field, but Oda Benaldi, 11 positions gained. I'm not going to say any more than that, because the last time I did, he then involved in an incident. Truly Adams also, 12 places gained. Good race. Francis Sijelski as well, up 10 places. They're all up within the top 20. Romain Nassar in that top 20 spot at the moment. We're heading past the start-finish straight once more. No changes for the top 4. They stay the same. No changes throughout the entire grid there. All the grid staying in formation at this point of the race. And, you know, this is a vital part of a driver's racing career, is learning this sort of stage and this style of racing. Race management, you know, you've got yourself in the lead, you've done well. Now you've got to maintain it. You've got to maintain the pace, a good enough pace to hold on to the lead, but we're not going to see that pace here because down the inside, Luna Flusha goes for the move. She closed in, and now Luna Flusha has retaken the lead here. We have a fight on our hands, and now with that move, Luna Flusha will lead the intermediate classification. Joint on points, 94 points apiece with Marcus Shilkunas, but because she out-qualified, she would start on pole. Once again, though, lead change, back down the inside. It's Marcus Shilkunas. We have a race on our hands here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Marcus Shilkunas, Luna Flusha, wheel to wheel here. Hugo Ron has now closed back in. Philippe Caddis has closed in, and now with the fastest lap of the race. That is a good time to set a fastest lap of the race for Philippe Caddis. As soon as these two start battling away, we are on lap 7 of 11 right now. There is still a few laps to go. Well, Flusha again trying to go for the move there. Thought against it, but she's going to go for it here. Throwing the dummy there on Marcus Shilkunas, and now he's run wide and has got Hugo Ron trying to get down the inside line there through turn 14. It's not worked out. He stayed there in P3. Now, Heron is going to be under pressure from Philippe Caddis as they go through. Through has come Wojciech Woda. He's got past in between. He's split the brothers apart now as he goes for the move here. Flusha leading the way. Shilkunas not able to get it done through turn 1 this time around. This is a brilliant fight here. One mistake and you are going to tumble down this order. And there's the mistake. There's the mistake from Luna Flusha. She left the door open on the exit, and through goes Shilkunas. Through goes Heron. She's going to try and fight back now on the exit. She's going to try and get alongside Hugo Heron. It's not going to work out. She drops down to 3rd. We were literally talking about it. The first mistake. You won't lose one, you'll lose multiple. Luna Flusha there ultimately only losing the 2 spots, but she just went a little bit too deep there. In towards turn 3, you saw she didn't get the exit, and through went Shilkunas, through went Heron. And again, looking out the window here, I'm just trying to see if there's any more spots of rain that's coming down, because the cloud is looming over the circuit. I think there is, and yeah, I can see it on the commentary box. There are spots of rain in the air as we go on to lap 9 here now. This is a new element that these drivers have got to deal with, as well as trying to battle here, but Shilkunas has held on to this one. There's the rain radar, and you can see now, yeah, it's come over the circuit. So there is rain over the circuit now. This is the battle for 2nd place on your screen. Heron, Flusha, and Philippe Caddis in this battle, but Marcus Shilkunas is the guinea pig here. He leads the way, but he'll be the first driver into all these corners on the wet conditions. Heron's gone wide. Heron's gone wide. Through goes Philippe Caddis on Flusha. Flusha trying to get the move done. She's back down the inside now, wheel to wheel with Philippe Caddis through turn 14. She gets that move done back into P3 as she tries to hold on to a top 3 finish here. Remember, she's looking for a top 2 finish. She's going to get it down the inside through the final chicane. Luna Flusha back into P2, but your race leader, Marcus Shilkunas, has broken away now. He is 2.2 seconds further up the road. This battle here is 2nd place all the way down to 18th place on the grid. Well, this is superb racing we're seeing from the seniors. Rain still in the air, drama on the race, and all the way through this, Marcus Shilkunas has just dominated at the front. He's driven away here. He has opened up the gap even more now. 2.4 seconds, comfortable with the changing and challenging conditions as we are on the penultimate lap of this race. Flusha, though, holding on to 2nd. Heron now defending from Philippe Caddis. Wojciech Woda still under pressure. Pip Casabene's got back up into P6 now. Austin Gale is there in 8th place. Brody Norris, 10 places gain. He's up in the top 10 here. Brilliant race. Oh, Wojciech Woda off the track there in the background as we go on to the final lap of this race. And Flusha, who is in P2, as the rain continues to fall down now. You can see just that random big drop of rain. Drop here, there, and everywhere. And you can see here how much it's closing up this battle here. Heron is there. Caddis, Casabene, has closed in. Pip Casabene looking for a really good result here. Can he get that cart down the inside here in towards turn 11? Is he going to go for the move? The answer to that, no. He's going to stay there behind. No changes between the top battles here. Brodie Norris, though, has really impressed me at 11 places gained. He's in P8. But this man here has also impressed Marcus Shilkunas, who is clear by 2.7 seconds, but that nose cone was a little bit wobbly there. Out of the final corner, Marcus Shilkunas, maximum points, 25 championship points and pole position. Flusha holds on to P2 ahead of Hugo Heron. It is a carbon copy result of what we saw earlier on. But for Marcus Shilkunas, provisionally, of course, that is maximum points. All of these results, of course, provisional, pending any post-race scrutineering and/or post-race penalties that may come towards the drivers at the end of this race. But Marcus Shilkunas from Lithuania, maximum points. And he is going to start on pole here for Saturday's final in the senior category. Luna Flusha will start alongside, 88 points there. She'll get the lesser championship points, but there, your top three. Marcus Shilkunas, Luna Flusha, and Hugo Heron, your top three at the end of the senior OKN qualifying Heat 2 race. They will make their way back to Parc Ferme. They will check everything is all in order. Philippe Carras finishes in P4 ahead of Pip Casabene. Good result there for Casabene, finishing in that top five. Wojciech Woda finishing P6 ahead of Jean Carras. Brodie Norris from Australia, in his first appearance in the Champions of the Future Academy program, gets P8 after gaining 11 places from Austin Gale. Charles Lambert, this time around, no in-race time penalties for them. They finish in the top 10. George Nassar ahead of Maximilian Raffalet. Gazi Motlaka from Bernardo Bonaldi gaining 13 places. Much better result there for the Italian ahead of Alessandro Biggi. And Sergeleski in P16 after gaining 13 places. Here's a look at the highlights from that race. And again, Flusha learning from that first qualifying heat earlier on, not allowing Marcus Shilkunas to immediately go on the attack into turn one on that opening lap. Held onto it. The train then started to form from the rest of the field. Some carts off in the background there, but everyone going through. That was the first attempt from Marcus Shilkunas, actually, and that was through turn number 6. That is a rare move to see an overtake there. That was the second attempt into turn 1. That brought the field nice and close then. Wojciech Woda able to close in. Jean and Philippe Carras closing in as well as Hugo Heron. This was then the overtake for the race lead. Down the inside in towards turn 1 and a change for that race lead. You could see there Marcus Shilkunas just getting away on that spot. But Luna Flusha wouldn't allow it. Closed back in, got back into that race lead. Really then started to look much stronger in this second part of the weekend. Shilkunas would immediately fight back though. It was just a chop and change between these two. For the majority of it. It was only when the rain started to come down you saw the big droplets of water. I think that just put the pressure on the drivers just that little bit more. There was another exchange of overtakes between the top two though. Flusha getting back down the inside through turn 14. She was the one that really held on to it. But again, just that move. Marcus Shilkunas back down the inside, held that position, and that position stayed like that. That's when Flusha went down to third place. Hugo Heron then came up into third. And that allowed Philippe Carras to close in as well. The 223, the Frenchman really showing a strong performance in this one. Was able to get the move down the inside. Lost it on the exit again, though, because Flusha had that inside line. Very lucky he didn't get squeezed onto that gravelly part of the circuit on the outside of turn 14. Then Flusha back into second place. Wasted no time whatsoever to get back up into P2. You can see there the shake of the head, so not happy that she had dropped down so far at that point of the race, but I think she just got up into P2, saw that Shilkunas was 2.2 seconds further up the road. Nothing she could do. She'd had to stay there in P2. But for Marcus Shilkunas, a superb start to the weekend.